guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Funmi, and on this channel I talk about any and everything around mental health and teenage life. So do also click on the subscribe button down below, subscribe to my channel, and also hit on the notification bell so as to get informed whenever I will post new videos. In today's video, Sunshine Talk Show, of course, and we're talking about a topic that is in trend. Yeah, it's not just in trend, it's been in trend for a while, even before I started YouTube. But I decided to talk about it today because it's something that I think people should hear. I made a short on it a while ago, but the short didn't make it to the public because of personal reasons. Yeah, so today I'll be talking about the very common slang of adulthood as scam. You must have heard it a lot. People say that you see this thing called adulthood, it's scam, it's not interesting. There is nothing interesting about adulthood. You must have heard people say that. And in case you're a teenager, a young adult, you're already thinking that, my God, do I really want to become an adult because of the ranging discussion about adulthood being scam, being not interesting, being boring, being dull. As a child, really, I wanted to become an adult, and I know it's the same for everyone that was in my age, like everyone in my generation, really, because as a child we felt like our parents were so controlling. They don't want us to do the things we want to do. They want to tell us what to do, and at times what they want us to do don't really go well with us. They want us to take decisions they make for us. Adulthood felt like a phase where we anticipated so much because we felt like when we get to that phase we'll be able to make the decisions we want to make, because now we are free, nobody is controlling us, nobody is telling us what to do, and now boom, adulthood is looking like scam. So I can feel the pain of a younger generation feeling like, I want to be free, I want to become an adult, but here is the generation directly before me telling me that this thing called adulthood is a scam. So in this video I'll just be highlighting few things, or just one thing really, about what makes adulthood and not childhood, what makes adulthood different from childhood, and the mental preparation you need to acquire before you get to that phase called the adulthood phase. So stay with me till the end of this video.
I'm not gonna move till you command. Me, I go there when you command, but I go run if you command. Yeah, I cover me, you cover me. Yeah, in my eyes I'm losing it for me. You be my desire, now you live for my fire. January to December.
So as a child, according to psychology, and it has been applied generally, a child is naturally dependent from. Now I'm talking about a child, not a teenager. A child is dependent on their caregiver or their parents for any and everything, like the normal basic need to urinate, to defecate, to eat. They can't do anything on their own. So that you start hearing an adult saying that, oh my God, I feel like I should go back to being a child again, because naturally they don't have anything to think about. They don't have anyone to think about. The two things that I think is in the head of a child is, and is well proven, is food and just food, because the first organ a child learns to use is that of eating, the mouth. That's why you see a child, even when it's not breast, they tend to munch their hand on any and everything they see. The mouth is the first organ that is activated in a child. So moving on to teenagehood also is not 100% dependent, because at this phase you're already enlightened enough to be able to do some things by yourself. You can eat yourself without being fed, you can excrete, you can do a lot of things yourself without being assisted, unlike a child that needs assistance on everything. Now you must understand that from the stage of being an infant to the stage of being a teenager, there are so many other stages that come to play. But I'm not here to bore you with so much theory and hypothesis, but just as simple as the fact that a child is dependent on the parents for anything. A teenager is semi-dependent, not 100% dependent, but semi-dependent. Now, in the teenagehood phase, there's a lot of things you need to learn, and the reason why everybody's shouting adulthood is scam is because they didn't learn what they ought to learn. They were a teenager. Yes, they carried over some things to adulthood, and that really affected them. Because as a teenager, you need to then start taking responsibilities for yourself. Rather, you see that they start entrusting you to take care of your siblings. If you are the type that have siblings, in their own way, they are teaching you how to take responsibilities. And I see a lot of teenagers want to jump. Of course, this video is not addressing teenagers, but I feel teenagers should learn from this too. I see a lot of teenagers trying to jump that process of taking care of their younger ones, taking responsibilities. They just want to be selfish, just want to take care of themselves alone. As long as they are fine, they don't care about others. No, you ought to learn responsibility, you ought to learn self-awareness, you ought to learn self-establishment. A lot of things you need to learn in the teenagehood phase. Now, moving on to adulthood. Adulthood has never been scam. It is just what it is. It has always been a phase of responsibilities galore. It has always been a phase of life, like realities of life eating hard on you. It has always been a stage of the kind of awareness you have established in teenagehood now dawns on you. Teenagehood is always filled with a lot of gra in that sense. There is no really calming down in the teenagehood phase. But here in adulthood, there's a lot of thinking, meditating, regurgitating, whatever. You just think and think and think and think, and then a lot of things are established in you in the teenagehood phase that you carry on to the adulthood phase. So I can say that if we are kind of finding adulthood difficult, then you really have to go back to what happened in your teenagehood phase. Like I like to say, a lot of people add a lot of carryovers to adulthood. So well, to some extent, adulthood has scammed me too. Yes, I've experienced some adulthood scammings. But then I understand that I probably didn't get the training I ought to get as a teenager. That is why I'm experiencing these things in adulthood. So what do I have to say to someone who's experiencing scammings and all of those things in adulthood? Just know it, accept it and move on. Hug it, embrace it. It is what adulthood entails. Adulthood is the face of responsibilities, not just for yourself alone, but for anyone that comes in contact with you. So if you are still a young child, a child who is watching this, a teenager who is watching this, I'll admonish you that you start learning the things you ought to learn. I've mentioned them: responsibilities, self-awareness, self-development, everything you need to learn as a teenager, because adulthood is waiting for you and you would not want to get there unprepared. You can see what the generation before you has to say about being an adult. So it is not beans, it is not plantain chips. So you have to prepare and prepare again. Learn. Don't waste your teenagehood phase. Learn a lot of things you need to learn. And as an adult, I can tell you that adulthood is interesting. Of course, you have the freedom you desire. You have the whatever you desire. You can really wake up and decide to do anything. So you have to learn what you have to learn as a teenager. So don't see adulthood as calm, and you that are seeing adulthood as calm, just live your life. Live for yourself. Enjoy the phase. I can tell you it has a lot of interesting stuff to explore. Enjoy it. Don't allow your don't wire it in your consciousness that adulthood is calm. It's not really as calmish as you might. I've come to the end of today's episode, today's video. I hope you find it relevant. I hope you learned more than a thing. If you find this video helpful, do also give it a thumbs up, like, and share with your friends, and family. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you in my next video.